5. Again, as I've mentioned, things are in motion. The wheel is turning. And we have a really pivotal scene here if you're writing your paper thinking about Ophelia. Brief synopsis. Reports reach Gertrude that Ophelia is mad, and Ophelia really is mad, unlike Hamlet, who was acting. Ophelia enters singing about death and betrayal. After Ophelia has gone, Claudius agonizes over her madness and over the stir created by the return of an angry Laertes. So Laertes, remember, Ophelia's brother, and he wants revenge. He's mad at Hamlet killing their father and how Ophelia has been treated. When Laertes breaks in on Claudius and Gertrude, Claudius asserts his innocence with regard to Polonius's death. The reappearance of the mad Ophelia is devastating to Laertes. Laertes wants revenge here. Queen, I will not speak with her. She's importunate, indeed distract. Her mood will needs be pitied. What would she have? She speaks much of her father. Remember, Ophelia and Polonius were really, really close. Says she hears there's tricks in the world and hems and beats her heart. Spurns enviously at straws, objects spitefully to insignificant matters, speaks things in doubt, uncertainly, that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing, yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection. She's talking nonsense, right? Uh, they yawn of it. They gape at it. The yawn is they gape at her speech, and botch the words up fit to their own thoughts, which as her winks and nods and gestures yield them, indeed would make one think there might be thought, though nothing sure, yet much unhappily. So there's the report from Ophelia there. She's not well, right? She's not well. 'Twere good she were spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds. Gertrude, let her come in. To my sick soul, since true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some great amiss. The great amiss here, misfortune. So full of artless jealousy. Artless jealousy means crude suspicion is guilt. It spills, destroys itself in fearing to be spilt. Enter Ophelia. Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark? How now, Ophelia? She's singing. How should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shown. So the cockle hat, a cockle shell on the hat, was the sign of a pilgrim who had journeyed to shrines overseas. The association of lovers and pilgrims was a common one. She's broken here, right? Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song? And Ophelia sings again. Say you, nay, pray you, mark, he is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone. Polonius. Oh ho, nay, but Ophelia, pray your mark. And she's singing again here, right? White his shroud as the mountain snow. Here comes the king. Alas, look here, my lord. Ophelia larded with all the sweet flowers, decorated, which bewept to the grave did not go with true love showers. How do you, pretty lady? Well, God dild you, reward you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter, an allusion to a tale of the baker's daughter who begrudged bread to Christ and was turned into an owl. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table. Conceit upon her father, brooding. So the king, the king's like, she's upset over her father. Pray let's have no words of this, but when they ask you what it means, say you this. And she's singing again. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. And she's upset not just over Polonius, but Hamlet as well. All in the morning betime, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and doffed the chamber door. Let in the maid that out a maid never departed more. Pretty Ophelia. Indeed, la, without an oath, I'll make an end on it. And she sings again. By that's Jesus, by Jesus and by Saint Charity, alack and fie for shame. Young men will do they come of it, by cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumble me, you promised me to wed. So here's on Hamlet right here, right? So what I had done by yonder sun and out has not come to my bed. How long has she been this? How long has she been in this way? Not well, unwell. Ophelia, I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to think they would lay him in the cold ground. My brother should know of it, and so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. And the king here. Follow her close, right? Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. She is really upset. It springs all from her father's death. Partly, it's from her father's death, definitely, but also from Hamlet. And now behold, O Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions. First your father slain, next your son gone, and he most violent author. So the son's the reason of his just remove, the people muddled, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers. For good Polonius is death, and we have not done but greenly and hugger-mugger, secret haste to inter him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment, without the which we are pitchers or mere beasts, last and as much containing as all these. Her brother is in secret come from France, Laertes. That's Laertes. He's coming back. Feeds on his wonder, suspicion. Wonder is suspicion. Keeps himself in clouds, and once not buzzers, does not lack talebearers. People have been telling Laertes what's going on, right? They know. They're like, Laertes, to infect his ear with pestilent speeches of his father's death, wherein necessity of matter beggared. With nothing stick our person to arraign in ear and ear. Oh, my dear Gertrude, like to murdering peace in many places, it gives me superfluous death. Alack, what noise is this? Attend. Where is my Switzers? Let them guard the door. Switzers, Swiss guards. So the king's on edge. He's on edge here. Here's a messenger. Save yourself. What is the matter? Save yourself, my lord. The ocean overpeering of his list. The shore. The list is shore. Eats not the flats with more impiteous haste than young Laertes in a riotous head. Laertes is pissed, right? With a rebellious force. Laertes is mad. Overbears your officers, the rabble call him lord, and as the world were now but to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, the ratifiers and props of every word, they cry, choose we, Laertes shall be king. Caps hand and tongues applaud it to the clouds, Laertes shall be king, Laertes king. Gertrude, how cheerfully on the false trail they cry, oh, this is counter, you false Danish dogs. The doors are broke open. So we have some action here. Laertes breaks in. He's pissed. Where is the king? Sirs, stand you all without. No, let's come in. I pray you give me leave. We will. I thank you. Keep the door. O thou vile king, give me my father. Calmly, good Laertes. That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard and cries cuckold to my father, brands the harlot even here between the chaste unsmirched brow of my true mother. Here's Claudius. What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude, do not fear. One person, there's such divinity doth hedge a king that treason can but peep to. What it would acts little of his will. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed. Let him go, Gertrude, speak, man. Why are you so mad, Laertes? Where is my father? Dead. But not by him. Claudius didn't kill your father. Let him demand his fill. How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand that both the worlds I give to negligence. So I don't care what happens. This is what this means. I don't care what happens to me or in this world or next. I'm angry. I want revenge. Let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father. So we see, and then the king here, Claudius, is going to plot to where they have the sword duel. When Laertes wants revenge upon Hamlet. Who shall stay you? My will, not all the world's, and for my means I'll husband them so husband here, use them economically. They shall go far with little. Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father, is it written in your revenge that swoopstake in a clean sweep you will draw both friend and foe, winner or loser? None but his enemies. None but his enemies. Will you know them then? To his good friends thus wide I'll open my arms, and like the kind life-rendering pelican repast them with my blood. King, why now you speak like a good child with a true gentleman that I am guiltless of your father's death, and I am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pair as day as does to your eye. Let her come in. So Laertes, how now? What noise is that? Here's Ophelia, and seeing Ophelia mad like this, it just tears Laertes up even more. It breaks his heart. O heat, dry up my brains, Ophelia. Tears 7 times salt, burn out the sense and virtue. So the virtue, the power of mine eye. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid with weight, till our scale turn the beam way down the bar. O rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. So this is Laertes talking to Ophelia here, right? He's trying to, comfort her with everything that happened, right? Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. O heavens, is it possible a young maid's wits should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love, and where 'tis fine it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing it loves. So Laertes comforting Ophelia here, and here's Ophelia's reply. She's singing. They bore him barefaced on the bier, hey non, nonny, non, non, and in the grave rained many a tear. Fare ye well, my dove. Hadst thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge, it could not move thus. You must sing, adown, and you call him adown. Oh, how the wheel becomes it. Here's that wheel, right? That wheel that I've been talking about over and over. Probably a turn of, or dance of Ophelia's rather than Fortune's wheel. The whole play is about Fortune's wheel, but this is an allusion to the wheel too. The wheel is completely turned. It is the false steward, this that stole his master's daughter. This nothing's more than matter. Nothing's more than matter. This nonsense has more meaning than matters of consequence. That's what Laertes is saying here. There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray you, love, remember. And there is pansies, that's for thoughts. A document in madness, a lesson in madness, thoughts and remembrance is fitted. There's fennel for you and columbines. So flowers, Ophelia is garlanded with flowers. She has all the flowers. There's rue for you, and here's some for me. We may call it herb of grace o' Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end, for bonny sweet Robin is all my joy. Thought and affliction, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor. So favor here, charm, beauty, and to prettiness. Ophelia keeps singing. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was as white as snow. Polonius here. Her father, all flaxen was his poll. His hair. He is gone, and we cast away moan. God have mercy on his soul, and all the Christian souls. I pray God, God, by you. Laertes is so distraught. Do you see this? Oh God. Claudius. Laertes, I must commune with your grief, or you deny me right. Go but apart, make choice of whom your wisest friends you will, and they shall hear and judge. The king's using Laertes here. He sees Laertes in his hot-headedness, his anger, his fomenting revenge. He wants blood, and the king's going to use him like a pawn here. But also, Hamlet did kill Polonius, and is partly responsible for Ophelia's madness, but it stems from the king's ultimate duplicitousness as well. If by direct or by collateral, indirect hand, they find us touched, implicated, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. If we're guilty, we'll give it to you. But do you believe Claudius? But he know. But if not, if it's not us who did anything, be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labor with your soul to give it due content. We'll help you get revenge. Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, no trophy, no sword, no hatchment. Hatchment is a tablet bearing the coat of arms of the dead over his bones. No noble rite, nor formal ostentation. Cry to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call into question. So you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. I pray you go with me. And the next, he's cooking up the duel with Hamlet here.